Hello everyone, my name is Emad, and in this video I'm going to show you some matrix operations on MATLAB. So first of all, I'm going to add on new script. So you see that in editor page, an empty script is open and I can start writing my script. So first of all, let's write CLC and clear, which will clean the workspace. Then I can define a matrix. For example, let's say matrix X is 1, 0, 5, 55, 0, 6, and again -2, 5, 2, 3, -6, and 0. It doesn't matter if you insert comma between elements. You can just keep a space between them. Okay, so matrix X is 3 by 4. So the dimension is 3 by 4. Okay, so I'm gonna define another matrix, but here I wanna change numbers and elements. Okay, so let's run it. You can write a name for this function, test1. Okay, so you see X is 3 by 4 and Y is also 3 by 4. They are the same dimension. So you can simply do summation of these two matrices because they are with the same dimension, or you can subtract these two. So you see that matrix S is the summation of these two, and my matrix D is the subtract Y from matrix X. Also, you can summation, and this one is subtract. Also, you can multiply these two matrices together. However, in that case, you cannot, I'm going to show you, you cannot multiply these two matrices together because in order to multiply two matrices in MATLAB, the number of columns, I'm going to write it here, number of columns should be number of columns of X should be the same as number of rows of Y. Yeah, that's the requirement to do MATLAB matrix multiplication on MATLAB. So here, unfortunately, we cannot do that. Let's run and see the error. Yeah, so you see that incorrect dimensions for matrix multiplication. So what we can do is I can define another matrix 1, which number of columns is the same as number of rows. So it could be 1, 2, 3, should be 3, yeah, 4, 5, 6. Then you can define m x1 times y. So I'm gonna comment this line because it has an error. Yeah. So x1 is matrix with 2 by 3 and y matrix has a 3 by 4. Yeah, I'm gonna write it here. X1 is 2 by 3 times 3 by 4. So the answer would be 2 by 4. If we run, so we see that matrix M has a 2 by 4, right? Another thing is matrix multiple element by element, which in that case we want to actually multiple to matrix, but element by element, which means the first element times to the first element of the second matrix, the second element of the first matrix times to the second element of the second matrix. So in order to do that, two input matrix X and Y should be with the same size. Let's say matrix T X dot star Y. Yeah, so in order to multiple element by element apply dot star. Let's see. If we run, we see that matrix T has this dimension of X and Y, 3 by 4, and each element is multiplied by the corresponding element in the second matrix. Okay, so other operations for MATLAB could be transpose, which I explained in previous videos, but here, let's say transpose of matrix X, X transpose can be defined by prime operation, like this one. So xt here is 4 by 3, which is transpose of matrix X. Also determinant. So for determinant, we can apply det function. That's the inbuilt function in MATLAB. But here, it's better to apply that into square matrix. So let me define another matrix X, 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see what is the determinant of matrix X. If we run, we see that determinant of this matrix, X2, is -2. And also inverse of a matrix can be obtained by applying I and V, which is built-in function on MATLAB in X2. So if we run, we see that this is the inverse of X2. I can also store the answer into another matrix with name of X2in. If I run, you see that X2in is a matrix 2 by 2, which is the inverse of X2. Also, another definition for inverse of matrix is simply X2 power of -1. So if you run, you see that these two are the same. I'm going to show you here. Yeah, see, these one are the same. This definition and this one. Okay. Also, there are other built-in functions on MATLAB, which is really useful. Let me show you. Let's define vector v like 1, 5, 0, 6, 2.3, and I'm gonna see the length of this vector. If you run, you see that the length of this vector is 5 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, you can get the dimension of a matrix with size function. So for example, the size of x, if you run, see that the size of x is 3, 4. I can also size x. Okay, if you run, you see that Sx here. So it has two elements. The first element is the number of rows, and the second element is number of columns when you use size function. Also, other functions like rank, we're saying, for example, rank of x is 3, which the definition of these ones are beyond of this video, but I'm gonna just show you how to do that. So norm is also another good function in MATLAB. For example, you want to compute the norm of vector v. If you click run, so norm of vector v is 8.2, which is a L2 norm. And you can also, let's say L2. And here, if you wanna, for example, use L1 norm, you can add 1 here after v. So here by default, it computes L2 norm, but if you insert 1 after vector, it computes the L1. So L1 is 40.3. Also, L infinity, the infinity norm of vector can be computed by typing inf after vector. I mean, in the second argument of norm function. So infinity norm is 6. Also, you can apply norm for matrix as well, not only vectors. I hope you enjoyed this video and good luck with your programming journey. Thanks.